Hello. I just wanted to make a video that anyone can relate to. You don't have to be on the spiritual path. You don't have to believe in God. You don't have to join some spiritual woo-woo cult. You just have to be receptive. And this is my gift to you. I'm making these videos because this is something I'm passionate about. I feel like I've learned a lot on my journey. And if I can make a difference in someone's life, if I can transmit something that actually gets received and processed, I've done my job. Even if it's just to plant seeds that will one day grow. And I'm fulfilled. I think the secret to happiness is service. Serving others. I think it is through giving that we receive. And if you're so used to being in survival mode all the time, and you're used to being very selfish, it's important to know that as soon as you start turning your gaze outward and you start caring about the well-being of others and the healing of this planet, and you start reaching for higher truth, higher wisdom, you're gonna live a more fulfilled life. And if you're suffering right now, I want you to know that the suffering is a gift. Suffering is grace. Suffering is an opportunity to get clear. Suffering is an opportunity to get to know ourselves. Suffering is a path to higher wisdom. And it's embracing our suffering, not running away from it anymore, not trying to go to alcohol or to drugs to numb it, but to actually face ourselves, that we find liberation. And it's really our free will to know that if we're going through dark times in our life, it's our free will to choose what we want to get out of it and how to use it. It really is about seeing the situation and asking ourselves, what is this trying to teach me? If I could share a mantra with you that would make a huge difference in your path in life, what is this trying to teach me? Because when that becomes our focus, we realize that life is trying to teach us things through other people, through situations, through little signs that we see in our lives. And it's important to cultivate some space to really get silent, to really get connected, to really get honest with ourselves, to really face our fears. Fear is something that is one of the biggest illusions in our life. It is real. Like it's the ego trying to protect you. And there's instinctual fear as well. Like, of course, you're going to be afraid of a tiger, and then you have to do things to deal with that situation. But there's fears in our lives that really it's not reality. And it's important to dive into it, to feel it fully, and to let it engulf us, and to process physically through our system. And you'll find, in the words of my teacher from many years ago, everything fully experienced inevitably turns to joy. when we finally just face ourselves, we finally come to the truth. And to the degree that we can really see ourselves, that we can really see the nature of this fear in our minds and how we make ourselves miserable and how we do have, well, we realize we do have the capacity to transform darkness into light, to see suffering as grace, to see unpleasant circumstances as an opportunity to learn, to grow. And the greatest gift you can give the world is your own self-realization, as Ramana Maharshi would say, a great Indian saint. You are the gift to the world. And it's about, and your journey is important. Your journey is important in this life. It's not a mistake that you're here. Everything you're going through is not happening to you. And you didn't just get unlucky in this life. You were given a gift to find your power, to find your gift, and to give it to the world, and to own it. And many times we find our gifts in the suffering. We realize that it was through our own personal suffering, our own personal challenges, that we find the gift we have to give to the world, and that becomes your path. We talk about karma, which is an interesting, deep definition to karma, but our karma is our dharma, meaning our struggles and our hang-ups and our attachments and our suffering is our path. And it's important to embrace your life in its entirety, because when there's no resistance, you can flow effortlessly and things will get better. You just have to embrace everything, the struggles, your internal battle with yourself, your own mistakes, and see it all as the path to the light. I hope this helps.